As I listened for who God is and what God does in today's ancient reading, this is what I noticed. This is a God who speaks and listens, who gives tests and instructions, and a God who responds. I've heard you complaining. That's God's message. I've heard you complaining, and I will give you what you need. Then you will know that I am God. This very same story is told in Psalm 78. In that version, God becomes furious because the people are complaining. Yikes. Watch out. That must be the Father up above looking down to judge. This was a favorite passage of one of my early Bible teachers back in the day, like in my 30s, before I began seminary. Time and time again, my teacher would return to this story to share lessons about complaining. Complain and remain. That's what she would like to say. And in hindsight, what's so interesting is that she was focused on the behavior of people. She was trying to shape a group of people who behaved a certain way. And our focus is not on the people. Our focus is on who God is. What does God do? How does God's role play out in this story? Actually, today's story is one of several about this very same group of people who are complaining as they make their way out of bondage. So they've been liberated. They're wandering in the wilderness and they're on their way to the promised land. And they had a pattern, which my teacher liked to point out. She said every time the people complained, they remained. They wanted out of the wilderness. They wanted to stop wandering, but their complaining caused them to stay. They had to learn not to complain if they wanted to get to the promised land. That may be true, maybe false. I have a different set of teachers today. At this point on my journey, my teachers are 3 women who are part of the UCC's national staff. 2 of African descent, 1 is Bahamian. Reverend Doctors Velda Love, Tracy Blackman, Karen Georgia Thompson. They identify as women of the diaspora, women who are wandering, women who are part of a people separated from their homelands. And for the past year, I've heard these 3 ladies calling us to become a people who lament. And that has me wondering,